This surah and the sequencing of it, I talked to you about before, but the sequencing of prophets also. Immediately followed after this is Ayyub alayhi salam. Ayyub alayhi salam is almost exactly the opposite of Sulaiman alayhi salam. Why? Has no control over his family, not even over his physical body. Sometimes Allah will give you endless resources. Other times Allah will give you zero resources. He won't even give you the resources of your own body. Some people will be tested with a lot of material good. And other people will be tested with absolutely no material good. Nothing. And yet both of them, look at the language of Allah Azza wa Jal. By the end when Allah describes it, وَإِنَّهُ عِنْدَنَا لَزُلْفَى وَحُسْنَ مَآبٍ. He also has great status with us. He also enjoys this high status, subhanAllah. So it's not that your measure with Allah is determined by how much He gave you in this world. Because you might get confused if you only study the story of Sulaiman. You say, well, if Allah really wanted me to do good, He would have given me a lot of good resources. And that's how I know Allah likes me. Well, no, He loves Ayyub too. So Allah gives tests, sometimes with good, and sometimes with harm. You have to navigate both of those tests and prove yourself to Allah. Because through both of them, for both of them, these were just a means to an end. The difficulty is a means to something higher. And the ease is means to something higher. When the difficulty and the ease, when they become your end, that's when you lose sight of what this iman is about, subhanAllah. I'm particularly moved by this dua as I leave you guys, because I honestly think that we need an inspired young generation that is going to take this message of the Quran and is going to bring its light to every career. Every career. Some of you are going to go into the medical profession, some of you will be architects, some of you will be engineers, some of you will be historians, political scientists, anthropologists, I don't know, media people, animation people. There are going to be all kinds of crazy people. But whatever you are, you're going to excel in it. You're going to have your Safinatul Jihad. You're going to have your Ferrari horses ready to run in every one of those fields. And you're going to do them because you have a higher purpose. You want that career to mean something more than just money. You want it to mean something much, much bigger. And you want to show the excellence of Islam and the fact that you can live a life of dhikr no matter what career you do, no matter what path you take. You will still live a life of dhikr. And you will not forget Allah Azza wa Jalla. And you will exhaust your resources until they depart into the sunset, and still you'll want to give more and more and more. And even if you do hit a setback, it won't stop you from giving. You will make smart decisions, you'll learn from your mistakes, and you'll keep on moving forward. This is what the Ummah needs right now. This is what it needs. And this was the inspiration given to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that whatever resources are at your disposal, more or less, you work with them and you exhaust them to their maximum. You put them to work. Famous ayah, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Just that one part. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Simply translated, Allah does not burden anyone except to their capacity. Allah does not burden anyone except to their capacity. Except, the problem linguistically is that would have been if the ayah was لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا بوسعها. If the ba was there, I would have no problem translating Allah does not burden a person except to their capacity. By removing the ba, what Allah did is a kind of tawassu', which means something drastically different and powerful. What it means then is Allah does not test or does not burden a person except with their own potential. Listen to what I'm saying again. Allah does not burden a person except with their own what? Potential. Wait a second. That means I got an 80 on a test, but I had the potential to get 100. Allah will ask me what? How come you didn't go for the 100? Just because you were good, it was good enough to get by. Mediocrity, you were just getting by and that was good enough. No, Allah will test you with your excellence, with the maximum potential you have. You and I will have to constantly ask ourselves, what more could I accomplish? What more could I accomplish? What more could I accomplish? And the only thing you're going to have to fear is your own, your delusional fear that you're not capable. You are capable. You are capable. Allah burdened you with capability. Allah burdened you with amazing potential. And you're going to keep pushing that potential over and over and over again, testing it. Because until you test it, you don't know what your potential is. You just don't know. I push myself. You have to push yourself. You have to put milestones on yourself. My next target is I want to know Hebrew in a year. I want to know it. I'm going to study it. because I want to do some research into the Bible, the Hebrew Bible, for myself. I mean, I could just go ask a rabbi, but I want to sit with the rabbi, show him the verse in the Hebrew Bible and say, hey, translate this, because I got my own translation. What you got? You know? I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to push my potential. Set goals for yourself and push yourself. Not luxuriously, hard goals for yourself. You know? In your spiritual life, memorizing Quran, in your prayer, in your dietary habits, everything. You have to excel in everything. Muslims have to excel in everything. Sulaiman alayhi salam could not be doing what he does if he wasn't in great shape. If he was eating rice and oily food all day, he would not be taking care of battle horses. If he wasn't doing exercise and staying fit, you don't do what he does. You don't do what the prophets do if they're not in great shape. Physically, spiritually, intellectually, we have to push ourselves on every front, every front. That's part of what Allah expects from us. That's what I want to see in this generation, inshallah ta'ala. There's people that just, other human beings look at them and say, wow, they're good at everything. These guys are just good at everything. I want to be like them. May Allah Azza wa Jal inspire all of us to excel in everything that we do based on His beautiful book. May Allah Azza wa Jal continue to grow us in our love and admiration and our understanding of this book.